Video 20, nature of the self, nature of the enlightened being, within brackets, both are the same. We had been looking at verses from Devi Kalotaram Anma Sakshatkara Prakaranam, the direct experience of Brahman chapter. In verse 32 he says, Asirayam alambam attradai, Manattar kosaramagadu, Uvamai Kuradai, மாசில்லியல் மன்னியதாய் நித்தியமாய் மன்னிய ஆன்மாவை உன்னிடுக நாளும் உவந்து. He says, every day you think about it. What? Asirayam alambam attradai. This Brahman which does not have any support at all. The way a table has got 4 legs to support, this Atma doesn't have support. What about the universe? The universe has got 4 legs. That is in the form of Brahman. But does Brahman have 4 legs like a table? No. It doesn't depend on anything else. Asirayam alambam attradai manattar kosaramagadu. It is not something that can be grasped through the mind, which we have already seen. Although we are using the mind in the inquiry process, the mind cannot understand or know Brahman the way the mind knows the presence of this bottle. No. Through the mind, we make the mind subside into its source, then Atma shines forth. Atma is shining forth ever. It is not something, a phenomenon that is going to be created. All our effort is to remove the veil, the obstacle that I am the body sense. Manattar kosaramagadu uvamai kuradai. He says it is, you cannot give an example to describe Brahman because it is beyond words. Yes, the whole of Upanishads, they give examples because there is no other go. Only through duality, only through transactional reality, only through examples created through the transactional reality can we have an idea of what Brahman is. So with that idea, with confidence, we proceed to do vicharam. Then what happens is what happens. The way it is, Atma, the way it is. Bhagavan would say, don't try to imagine that it will be like this, it will be like that, it will be like ocean. No. It is formless fundamentally. So all that we can do is to make our mind still. If we make our mind still, the rest will be taken care of. That's all. He says this. He says, make your mind still through vicharam. Beyond this, you cannot do anything. You are helpless. The beyond will take care of itself, he says in talks. Manattar kosaramagadu uvamai kuradai masiliyal manniyadai. There is no dirt at all in that. In the sense, there is no mixture of matter at all. It remains pure, impersonal, no attributes at all. Masiliyal manniyadai nityamai. It is ever present. It is permanent. It doesn't die. It is not born. It is in absolute stillness form, in absolute peace form. It is ever existing. It is ubiquitous. It is existence. It is consciousness. It is bliss. That's it. He says, think about it every day. He says, in verse 35, Anma Sakshatkara Prakaranam, he says, Idu mandiramam, idu devadayam, iduve dhyanam enalum, iduve davamagum, ennangal ellam thanandu, suruba sindai tuni. In this verse, he talks about the importance of being thoughtless. What is that? Ennangal ellam thanandu, removing all thoughts, not giving importance to all thoughts, quelling all thoughts through the process of vicharam. Don't allow any thought to rise at all. He says that is mandiram. That is equal to mantra. That is equal to the demigods who help you. Idu devadayam. Iduve dhyanam enalum. That is what is meditation. Very simple. Bhagavan would say thoughtless state is all yoga. He said all the 4 yogas are described: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, Kriya Yoga, which is Patanjali Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. He says, உதித்த இடத்தில் ஒடுங்கி இருக்கிற, he would say. Where the I thought is born, there you keep your attention and just abide there. That is equal to all the yogas. This is what he taught to one of his foremost disciples, Kavya Ganapati Muni, who had been practicing for decades yoga, but he didn't get peace. Finally, he came to Sri Bhagavan and asked, what is tapas? Tapas is austerity. What is austerity? He said, keep your attention on that place I thought is born, or mantra is born. That is what is tapas, Sri Bhagavan said. So, this is the secret. Once I thought is born, everything is born. We have already seen this in Ulladu Narpadu. Agandai undai anaithum undagum. I thought is born, everything is born. I thought is not there, nothing is there. So seek the source of I thought, seek the source of I thought. How long? Till you are established without any doubt that I am Brahman. Everything is one. I alone am without a second. Everything is in me. The whole universe is in me, the Atma, Brahman. That kind of oneness, experiential oneness, has to dawn. In the sense it is already there, the veil has to be removed. So, idu mandiramam, idu devada, iduve dhyanam enalum, iduve davamagum. This is what is tapas. What? Remove all thoughts. Suruba Sindai Thuni, he says. Just be settled in, established in your self. Next 36 verse, he clearly defines it. Ennam ilanam than. எண்ணமோடு ஒன்றியதை எண்ணற்கு இடமிலனாய் செய்திடுக. எண்ணும் மனதை ஆன்மாவிலே மன்னச் செய்து ஒன்றும் மனதால் நினையற்க மற்று. This verse also talks about the importance of being thoughtless, being still. It says, Ennam ilanam than. I am one who does not have thought. He earlier said, I am one who does not have the universe. If thought is not there, universe will not be there. Simple. As simple as that. If the culprit, the root culprit is what? This psychological sense of I. So he says, Ennam ilanam than. I am one who does not have thought. எண்ணமோடு ஒன்றியதை எண்ணற்கு இடமிலனாய் செய்திடுக. That which is mixed with thoughts, just don't give any room for the thought to arise. It is already mixed with the thoughts. Don't give room for thought to arise. எண்ணும் மனதை ஆன்மாவிலே மன்னச் செய்து, that mind which keeps thinking thoughts, you make that go and become one with Atma, he says. Drive it to its source, it will become one with Atma. ஒன்றும் மனதால் நினையற்க மற்று. When the I thought goes and merges through the process of inquiry, when it goes and merges with the self, be there without thinking any thought. He says, ஒன்றும் நினையற்க மற்று. All your effort is to become thoughtless, become still, and know that you are Brahman. So be wary, beware not to entertain thoughts, he says. This. Then in verse 37 he says, சிந்திக்கத்தக்கது அல்ல, சிந்திக்க ஒண்ணாது அல்ல, சிந்தை அல்லது அதுவே சிந்தையுமாம், எந்த ஓர் பக்கமும் சாயா பரமான ஆன்மாவை எக்காலும் சிந்தை செய்யே. He says, சிந்திக்கத்தக்கது அல்ல. Atma, Brahman, is not something which you can think of. சிந்திக்க ஒண்ணாது அல்ல. It is not something that that cannot be thought of, that can be thought. I mean, it is not something சிந்திக்க ஒண்ணாது அல்ல. Don't think that it is impossible to think about it. First he said it is impossible to think about it. Then next he says, don't think that it is impossible to think about it. This is the paradoxical position of Advaita Vedanta. எந்த ஓர் பக்கமும் சாயாத பரமான ஆன்மாவை எக்காலும் சிந்தை செய்யே. Then he says, this Atma doesn't have any favoritism. It is that which powers the most the wickedest thing, the most evil thing in the world. It is that which powers the best and the most wonderful things in the world. From the worst to the best, it is all pervaded by the same one Atma only. The Atma doesn't take sides. It doesn't practice partiality. It is neutral. That is what he says. It doesn't lean towards X person. It is doesn't favor X person. It doesn't disfavor Y person. No such business. It is neutral. Only if I thought is there, I have some personality. Can I have some liking for him, dislike for the other person, or liking for this community, this religion, dislike for other? Atma is nirgunam. It is equal. It has equal vision. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't practice negative discrimination. That is Atma. He says. Then in the 38th verse also a similar concept, similar idea. Sindai seivai dinamum sindaikku ettathadaye. Sindai nirasarayam seideni. Yenda sugam a tattvadida nirkura atma siddhithidumo serindu. He says, sorry. Sindai seivai dinamum sindaikku ettathadaye. Although it is maintained that Atma is something which cannot be reached through mind, it is impossible to think about it. He says, every day you think about that Atman which cannot be reached through thought. Use the thought to think about that which cannot be thought of, he says. But some people keep arguing that it cannot be thought of, so mind should not be used. No, mind can be used. It is through the mind that we destroy this mind. Sindai seivai dinamum sindaikku ettathadaye. Sindai nirasarayam seideni. Make the mind any supportless. Then yenda sugam a tattvadida nitkala atmavir siddhithidumo serindu. Then think about that Atma which is the source of all bliss. He says, which is the source of all bliss. The point is simple. Through inquiry, vicharam, we do reach out to our original nature, which is existence, consciousness, bliss. The question is, are we practicing it? Are we getting the right information? Are we thinking right towards our original nature? As simple as that. Let us think about it.